Hey everybody, welcome to this week's video. My name is Nicole Syverson and let's get started. So this week I wanted to talk about how to laugh at yourself. So for real though, we're going to talk about how to laugh at yourself. I think this is so important to joyfully live through life. To not take yourself or some of the things in life too seriously. And this isn't to negate or be naive about the real shit that's going on in our world, because there's a lot of very traumatic and sad crises and events that happen every single day. But this is more for you to learn how in your own world not take yourself so seriously that you're missing out on being alive and being in your life and your body. So let's get started. So the first step in being able to laugh at yourself is to stop taking yourself so seriously. I know I can get stuck in this where I'm like on a mission. I'm like very like, this is happening, this is where I'm going, and I can get stuck on trying to like get things done and will take myself so seriously and just want other people to take me seriously, and in that it cuts me off from actually connecting to other people and really being in the present moment of whatever it is that I'm doing. A quick story, I practiced this a lot when I was first teaching yoga, and still practice with this as a teacher in the yoga world, that I wanted my classes to be good and I wanted them to make sense, in a sequence in what I was doing. And I was like so focused on that and would get so nervous, and that getting so caught up in how it looked in the class, or if I was able to remember the sequence and different things, I would get so caught up in that in itself was making me nervous to teach my classes, and it was keeping me from really connecting with my students because I was so worried about taking, it had to be like perfect and this way, and that's so not yoga. And but personal example is something that I work on, is to stop taking yourself so seriously. So look at different areas, maybe one main area in your life where you just are so serious and can loosen the reins a bit and really be able to enjoy yourself in whatever it is that you're doing, instead of having it look a certain way or be a certain way in order for you to be able to enjoy the situation. So stop taking yourself so seriously. The second is to almost see yourself as a child who is learning. So while yes, we are adults, you are still someone, a human being that is on a path that is consistently learning, and you're never going to do things perfectly. Even with a lot of practice, there's always nuances and different things. But to see yourself as a learning, a child who is learning, and to be gentle in that way and find a little humor in it. So if any of you have ever spent a lot of time with kids, you'll know that if they have, a toy or an ice cream cone or something taken from them, it is like the end of the world. And not too far off from how we might act if we don't get the job we thought we were going to get, or the car, or the boyfriend, or the girlfriend, where it's a like major meltdown. And 20 years from now, you might look at it and be like, oh my God, why did I get so upset about that? It was not a big deal. But the sooner we're able to do that, the better. So it helps us to laugh about those things sooner. So again, if you've ever been around kids and you see like how upset they get about certain things, and you're like, man, I wish that was like the hardest part of my day, was to get upset because I, dropped my ice cream cone. And then being able to, in our day-to-day lives, whether it's somebody cuts you off in traffic or just different things that 10 years from now aren't going to matter, to be able to see yourself, if you're trying something new, to see yourself as this learning child and be like, man, I really effed that up, but I tried, and the more I practice, the better it's going to get, kind of a thing. So being able to see yourself as learning and to not take it so seriously. All right, and this adds into, I really like to ask my close friends this after they go through something like that, and I'm like, but did you die? So being able to be lighthearted in, if it's not a life or death situation, to step back from the ego, from the sense of self that we're so identified with, and really look at, how are we showing up? So if you're showing up, even if you feel like crap, and even if you're going through stuff, if you're showing up being open to the possibilities of joy or feeling good, and letting go of this idealization and this projection of perfection, and allowing yourself to have some fun and be in the present moment and not have to have everything be perfect and look a certain way. And you will notice these shifts if you practice these daily and bring this awareness into your world. You'll start to live more lightly and find it a lot easier to laugh at yourself. So I hope that you can have some fun with this and put these into play. And if you do and you have some fun with it, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And I will see you next week. Bye.